What's going on? All thanks for tuning in once again. Let's talk undisputed heavyweight championship of the world this week. So it is fight week. Definitely looking forward to it. It should be a classic. I'm hoping that it's going to be a action-packed fight. It just depends on what Tyson shows up. We know what Usyk brings to the table. We know that he needs to bring a lot of volume in this fight. It's definitely one of those fights where he's going to have to work a lot harder than Fury. Fury's a guy that can use his size. He can, relax himself, put his weight on you. He can do things like that. So, can Usyk stay away from that? Can Usyk stay away from getting bullied? And what Tyson Fury is going to show up? There's a lot of questions. Tyson Fury, postponed the fight twice, I believe. Second time, he was cut, which a lot of people thought was fake. But the fights this week, unfortunately, we saw this thing with John Fury, him headbutting a young kid. I hope that that opens up Usyk's eyes that, this isn't going to be a clean fight at all. I think that Fury will do a few tactics out of the ordinary. That's who Fury is. I'm not saying he's a dirty fighter. I'm just saying that, he does things, hits behind the head. We saw him throw an elbow in the last fight. He does things, but in a way that he's able to get away with it. He's able to get the win. He finds a way to win, at all times, at all costs. Where Usyk is the opposite, he's a very professional fighter. Great IQ, more skilled than Fury, but he's a very respectable guy. He's always there to shake the other fighter's hand regardless of what happens. We saw Anthony Joshua flip out. Usyk. Next day says, hey, things happen. He's a very respectable fighter. I'm not saying that Fury isn't. I'm just saying, inside the ring and pre-fight, he can be very. He says a lot of things, and I think it's intentional. The things that he says before the fight, it's to try to get under the fighter's skin, But Usyk, he backs his skills that much that he knows, this is a sport. He knows what he's doing. He knows that he doesn't need to think too much about, how he's gonna approach the fight. He knows that he has all the tools. He backs himself, being undisputed cruiserweight champion. Beating Joshua twice. I'm pretty sure that he's confident enough to go into this fight back in his skills. Where Tyson Fury, he's never liked fighting smaller fighters. He said it himself. He's been dropped from smaller fighters. Cunningham. He's been hurt from smaller fighters. Cut from Wallen. Guys that are a bit shorter do trouble him. But that being said, like I said, he finds a way to win. So, it's going to be a really tough fight. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that it's not too much of a dirty fight, and I hope that the referee does, call the fighters up on anything that is out of the ordinary, whether it's a low blow, whether it's a headbutt. But John Fury, didn't do anyone a favor with this thing that he done. He made people believe that it is going to be a dirty fight. But I hope it is professional. I hope that the better man wins. There's a hell of a lot to talk about in this one. I think it's just one of those fights that, it's this generation's fight. We had Tyson Fury beat Klitschko. We had, from the last generation, where Klitschko was the dominant heavyweight. Now we're coming to to see who the number one heavyweight is in this era. You know, both guys are roughly the same age. Tyson Fury, a bit younger. You know, Usyk, you know, veteran in the sport, used to fighting taller guys. You know, that's another thing. You know, he's used to fighting taller guys. He's fought them. He's fought heavyweights for a while now. You know, people may say, hey, you know, Tyson Fury has been heavyweight the longest, but Usyk's fought, you know, Joyce. He's fought a lot of guys. You know, he's fought a lot of guys, a lot of taller guys coming up. He's also fought a lot of hard punchers. You know, Beterbiev. You know, he's fought them all. He's fought Sean Porter. He's fought everybody in his style. You know, but he hasn't fought a 6'9". He hasn't fought a guy that's as good as Fury when it comes to being so unpredictable. You know, Usyk's always been in control of his fights. He's always been the guy that has more skills to take over the boxing match, you know, but he hasn't fought a guy that is a boxer slash fighter, you know, where he can turn it into a fight, then he can get away with, you know, throwing a jab, having longer reach. You know, it's a very interesting fight. And I mean, Tyson Fury, I mean, I'm not sure what game plan he's going to bring to the table, because I believe that at his best is on the back foot. But that being said, you know, he needs to fight as well, because Usyk is that skilled. You know, I think that Usyk can close the gap on Fury if he's on the back foot. I think that the movement, you know, being southpaw, being the shorter guy, I don't think that Fury can just easily find him with the jab, you know, as he wants to. So, I mean, Fury's going to have to definitely, you know, turn it into a fight at some point of the fight. I think the first couple of rounds will be a lot of boxing, but I think that Fury is going to have to be forced to hold him, to grab him. And I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk cuts him. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because Usyk's timing is that great. You know, he's that good at timing. He's that good at finding guys. We've seen him train. You know, the juggling and all that. You know, he's very unpredictable as a boxer. So both of them have their unpredictability, but Tyson Fury, you know, he's just a completely different guy. You know, Usyk, I don't think can really prepare for a guy that can do that in sparring. So it's going to come down to how does Usyk adapt to a guy that's going to change up the fight like that. You know, how's he going to get out of trouble if Fury can cut him off the ring and can lean on him? Can he handle that sort of pressure? You know, it's a very intriguing fight. You know, it's a very hard fight to pick. You know, but just based on what Tyson Fury's managed to do, you know, under extreme odds, with Klitschko, with Wilder, you know, he always finds a way to win, you know, and that's exactly why I think that he will win this one, because he always finds a way, whether it's holding, whether it's, you know, whatever he needs to do, he finds a way to win. And I'm just not sure if Usyk can handle that sort of pressure of, you know, of possibly a dirtier fight, you know, possibly times where he's exhausted, you know, from the 270 pounds that's been leaned on him, you know. I don't know if Usyk can handle that, or if he can stay away from Fury grabbing him, you know, that's another question. The referee is going to have a huge part in this fight, regardless of who wins. You know, if it is a close fight, I'm definitely going to do a breakdown on it and choose my winner, because I think that if it is a very close fight, that Fury will get the decision because of the Joshua Fury build-up, you know, because people want to see that fight. I think that if it is very close, that Fury will get favoured, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if both guys, either Usyk or Fury, gets a knockdown, you know, which could be a huge game changer in the fight. You know, the guy that gets the knockdown could win the fight. Understand, you know, Fury's been dropped from guys that can't punch hard, you know, and Usyk's timing could just put him down. So, I mean, very intriguing fight, very interesting one. I'm going to have to watch the build up. I am going to do more breakdowns, you know, I am going to talk more on this. This is 20 years in the making, you know, we've been waiting a long time for a heavyweight undisputed champion. So, I mean, leave your take on it. Let me know what you think of it. And most importantly, make sure to tune into the fight, man. It should be a good one. Look forward to the comments. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.